what is now called Bangladesh, which was then called East Pakistan. My job as a Green Beret representative for the federal government for the United States of America and this military was to first of all train the soldiers that were there to maintain the civility and the safety of that area so that the people can decide what they wanted to do. All right, that was the political background. But the one that I saw that is related to the issue that we're talking about, poverty, was that it made no sense to have another war or no warring area in an area where people were earning less than 75 to $1.10 a year as far as money was concerned. And some of that, now 75 or $100 a year, about $1 a day, 75 cents a day. Poverty is worldwide, but poverty relative to that particular area was really substantial. It was probably the most poverty-stricken area I had been in at that time, and I'd been all over the world. And it begged for the people to have a way of earning funds so that they would not have the pressure of life on them all the time, so that they can make a political decision about what they want to do with this country, this area that was going to become their country. What can we do about poverty? I think the most important thing is that each and every one of us that are being educated, each and every one of us that are reaching a career, a degree level so that we can start our career, need to think of, yes, I want to earn money for myself. I want to practice my career, but I want to practice it not only in whoever I'm working for or whatever I might devise if I'm an entrepreneur, but I need to figure out how to give away a certain amount of that back for people who represent me, or people of which I'm around, areas where there is extreme poverty. I need to do that. I have to do that. There's a phrase that a friend of mine who is now working at a very large pharmaceutical company has done, and the phrase that he uses is that if I'm earning $1 and I do 10 cents to whoever constitutes my God, and I do 10 cents to myself, then there ought to be at least 5 cents or 2 cents that goes to some people who don't even know the kind of money that I'm earning. I need to be able to give that money back, all right? I need to find agencies that do that. Could it be the UN? Yes. It could be UNESCO, which is part of the UN. Could it be the Worldwide Red Cross? Whatever. But I need to find and need to be able to do that. Not just to assuage my own, my own moral sense of myself, but because it's just right. We cannot, as a world, sustain 8, 9, 10 billion people. That would be somewhere around the year 3000. If more than 35 to 40% of them are only making less than one half of what the majority of us make. In other words, they're making maybe $1,000 a year if they're lucky. They're probably somewhere in the neighborhood of $500 a year. We won't be able to sustain them because the weight of that many people not putting back into the world's economy, not putting back into the world's growth, will simply drown the world in just the poverty. So we have to attack that. Second thing it is, and then I'm kind of done with this general area, and that is, the circumstance of poverty overrides any political situations and concerns. It overrides that. It's not about me being Indian or Pakistani or Bangladeshi or whatever, Burmese or whatever, Myanmar is. It's not about that. It's about people. It literally is about people. And you can't let the politics of a situation override the pure circumstance of people not being able to eat, of not being able to have clear water, of not being able to have food, of not being able to find a way of sustaining themselves in some kind of work that is not going to kill them. All right. And when I was there, and just a quick thing, when I was there in Bangladesh, I do remember that it was the beginning of the what they called the shipyard breaking down. That's where ships were brought, and they would pull up to ships up in there, and they would literally take them apart. All right. Taking it from the inside out, taking all the parts. And the people that were working there were doing this with their bare hands. Now, this is something that you don't do with a ship with your bare hands. I mean, it's made with all kinds of toxic kinds of chemicals and materials and what have you. And therefore, the water around there was putrid. It was the most horrible water in the world. You could put a boot down in there, and I know that because I ended up having to get three pairs of boots. And if you stood in that stuff any more than 45 minutes to an hour, you could feel it. You could feel it starting to eat the leather. Now, these folks didn't have any boots on. So what was it doing? It was eating their feet, right? That didn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. There's got to be a way that you can still have that particular industry, if that's what you want to call it, but not have it kill the people, or kill the water, or kill the resources around there. So that's the kind of thing that I think is very, very important if you're going to attack the whole business of poverty.